It does look like Fox, Sports?
Yeah,
Fox Sports released the top 10 all-time women's
like
college
us.
basketball players, and making number 1 was Brianna Stewart. And number 2, everybody's favorite, Caitlin Clark. Hassan was just excited, like, wow, Caitlin Clark, she should have been number 1.
Wow.
Yeah, so... Yeah, let me bring up the image. And for the people at home watching, as you can see right there on the image, we had Brianna Stewart, number 1, Caitlin Clark, number 2, Diana Taurasi, number 3, Cheryl Miller at number 4, Shamika Holdsclaw, number 5, Maya Moore, number 6. Now, a lot of people were saying Maya Moore should have been top 5.
Should have been.
Brittany Griner, number 7. Candace Parker, number 8. You have Asia Wilson, number 9. And Lynette Woodard, number 10. Wasn't she the woman who was like the first woman drafted by the NBA?
Yep.
Lynette, see, I know my basketball history.
So I have a real problem with this, and we're celebrating mediocrity now. Are we? Are we doing that?
We're not celebrating.
Yes, we are, because all those names that you
Are part of a machine. That
all
you named.
those names that you named
Are part of a machine.
outside of number 2, they won championships.
Are part of a machine.
And multiple championships.
Are part of a machine.
And they said so that helped
Are part of a
that
machine.
helped elevate this number 2 person who has never won
I'm
nothing.
not disagreeing that she's not number 2.
She's
I'm just
top
saying,
10.
I'm just saying.
I'll
out of
give
the
her top
names-
10.
Out of the names listed, 4 or 5 of those girls are from machines.
Okay.
Shamika Holdsclaw, machine. Tennessee's a
Okay.
machine.
Yeah. Candace Parker. Yeah.
Machine.
Can't help that.
Stewie.
Can't help that.
Taurasi. Machine.
We can't help that.
Even I root for a juggernaut machine. Asia.
We can't
machine.
help that.
You look at Caitlin. Who else played at Iowa?
So you're gonna give her the nod because nobody played at Iowa?
who else did she play with?
What?
Who else did she play with?
I don't care. The fact of the matter is she had 4 other ladies on the team with her to help them win. She didn't carry the team by herself.
But these stars up here had other
Right, and
stars
they
on
had
their
other
team.
stars up there. So the fact that they had other stars on the team and they still was able to do their thing and shine, that makes it even worse. They won. She didn't win nothing. All those ladies that you named won championships.
You're right, but like I said,
She didn't win nothing. All she did was an all-time leader
They're
scorer.
all from juggernaut
I
schools.
don't care. We're not taking no points away because they decided Connecticut is smaller than Iowa. Did you know that? Yes. Connecticut is smaller than goddamn
the
Iowa.
university or the state?
The state.
So what does that mean?
So if you're gonna tell me who gonna go to Iowa, Connecticut's smaller than Iowa. The fact of the matter is the university spent money in a coach. They got a coach that know how to on things. So you can't knock them for that.
Caitlin on UConn.
She wins.
Yeah. You put Caitlin on
Tennessee,
these
she
Tennessees.
wins.
Okay,
I get
so
that.
UCLA.
So
dude.
you have
I
to give
get
her
that.
some type of. You didn't come
I
from a machine.
I said
school.
top 10.
Oh, that's that.
I said top 10.
believe
Number
she
2,
about
no.
six.
Number 2, no. How do I put her ahead of a champion? So you mean to tell me you will put who's a not? You will put Charles Barkley over Michael Jordan? No. Why? Because Charles didn't win no chip.
But that ain't the sole reason why.
It doesn't matter, but that knocks him out completely because he didn't win. And he's an all-time 50
So,
great.
For all the great players, like, okay, but when we jump on Tracy McGrady ain't never won.
When Iverson.
Never won.
So you not putting them
Not
over
won a first
but you're
round
not-
playoff game.
But you're not putting them over over a athlete that won it though. You're not doing that.
There's plenty of athletes they
No,
put
but-
Tracy McGrady
So who
over
you-
that
I would
okay,
put
so-
him over some of these athletes.
Okay, so who you said? What we said? Allen Iverson and Tracy McGrady, right?
Yeah.
Non-champions.
Yeah.
What champion player that's just as great as, if not better than Iverson and McGrady that you are putting them over? I'll wait.
I put Iverson over D Wade.
What?
I don't know.
No,
At
bro,
shooting
that's
guard, I'm
blasphemy. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. But go ahead. That's
I
your
don't know
opinion.
about that.
Okay.
That's your opinion. Who you put McGrady over? that won a chip.
Okay, bitch ain't got no chips.
Who? No. The question I'm saying, let's stick to the
But
script, bro. What I'm saying is,
somebody without a chip be higher than
because
somebody with a chip?
when we debate and we have barbershop talk or conversation and period about sports, championships counts. That's about 60 to 75% of the argument. And outside of that, your personal accolades at your position, at your craft, whatever the case may be. If you're sitting here, we're not talking about LeBron. We're not talking about LeBron. Go ahead.
I got Kevin Garnett over.
He won multiple championships and he was a league MVP. I'm saying non.
Iverson.
You said Iverson. We just use
McGrady.
McGrady. You can
Carter.
use Vince Carter. Who are those three that you are putting them over that won championships? That's just as good or not better than them. You're not. You're not. Because if you got them neck and neck, the chip is separating them. So now let's keep it to this category here. All those women that she's passed at number 2 won at least one title. And some of them won 3.
But like I said, these women were at machine schools. They were at juggernaut
listen,
schools.
I'm not going to penalize them because they had went out and recruit. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to penalize them. The fact that they was able to not only gel, they had a super team according to you. They still was able to dominate and have personal accolades to put them in a position where they at. She didn't win anything. As a matter of fact, the last time we saw, she got blown out in both championships. So what we doing here? She just the leading all-time scorer in college basketball. That's it. So she be top 10, but 2? No. If we're not gonna sit here when we're debating about men and their accolades, the thing that separates them outside of if we're neck and neck athletics, why we just talk about Asante Samuel and Deion Sanders, we separated. They both championships. We can't sit here and just because it's women. You know what I'm saying? That's not a part of. That's not part of the criteria.
Because it's women. I'm just saying, Caitlyn ain't played with nobody. Most of these women had other teammates that were.
She went to back-to-back championships,
and that makes it even more because you dragging our with long.
You can't do that, bro. You
Shamika
can't.
Holslaw was not dragging Tennessee along with her.
Well, who else?
Dragging UConn.
All right, but you
Taurasi was
can.
not dragging UConn.
I understand that, but again. As a team sport, somebody who plays sports, it takes the other 4, in this case, 4 other women to play to help them win. Yeah, she might get a third of the points, about 20, 25 points, but all them other 4 women has to contribute. Somebody got to rebound, somebody got to steal, somebody got to give an assist for her to be able to be successful. So that's the only thing. The only difference is we cannot name any other player on that team because they didn't get the visualize as she did. That's the only difference. The other teams, they did. So they spread out their players who we can talk about.
When we watch our play, we just ain't pay attention to other chicks. We just saw Caitlyn Clark.
So how are you? So again, if you're gonna say that, if you're gonna say Sue Bird, if you're gonna say Brianna Stewart and Taurasi and all them came off the super squad.
I'd be more to give Brittany Griner like that because she drug Baylor to a chip.
Yeah, but she's in the top. She's in the top 10
that's
though.
what I'm saying. So,
but they got her number 2.
I wouldn't put her 2. I'd put her like 6 or 7.
I'll put her at 10. 10. Everybody that she's ahead of won a chip, bro. And a couple of them won 3.
I put her at 6 or 7.
She between 7 and 10, but she can't be number 2, man. I'm not doing that. When we have debates, we talk about not only their personal accolades as well as the impact of the game. We talk about the chip. Did she win it? No. She got blown out 2 seasons back to back.
Cool.